Hi, I'm here again today with David Lyon, our local bank manager at our ATB branch, and I had a question for David here. I had someone move in from the city, and they were selling their place from the city, moving in to Vulcan, and they were talking about porting their mortgage. And David, I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about what exactly what that means for porting a mortgage, and what would be the benefits of doing that, especially in today's markets with the higher interest rates.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for having me today, Lyle. So porting a mortgage, it's a feature that many mortgages have. Not all mortgages, but many mortgages, depending on what financial institution they're from, have that feature on where you do have the ability to port your mortgage. And essentially how a mortgage port works is that you move your existing mortgage with your existing term and your existing rate from your current home to the new home that you're purchasing. Rather than paying off your existing mortgages and getting a new mortgage, you're just kind of moving the mortgage with you. And then maybe at the end of the day, you're adding on a little bit if you're buying a more expensive home, or maybe you're paying down a little bit if you're buying a less expensive home than what you had there. Right. And the advantages of a port in today's atmosphere is that we've seen interest rates rise significantly in the last 2 years. So there may be a case where somebody, say, had renewed their mortgage 2 years ago, or even maybe gotten a new mortgage 2 years ago, and got it locked in at a nice low rate, and then they still have 3 years left on that term.
Right.
Yeah, and so with 3 years left on that term, it might very much, the rate they're at might be very much quite a bit lower than what the rate is today. So by porting that mortgage to the new home, they might be able to save on interest significantly for the remaining amount of their term, which could be 3 or even 4 years possibly.
Oh, well, so if mortgage rates are, say, 4.75 now, but when they got their mortgage to begin with and it was like 1.95 or something, they could keep that interest rate?
Yeah, absolutely. So they would move over their existing mortgage term to the new property, and so yeah, they would have their 1.95% for whatever the remainder of their term is. So say right now in their current home they had 1.95%, and their mortgage doesn't renew until 2026. Then they could have that again and on their new property.
Wow. Oh, that's an amazing option. It's something you don't always think of. So are there any extra steps they need to do that when they port their mortgage? Do they need to qualify again or anything like that?
Yeah, great question, Lyle. So the best thing to do if somebody is looking to port their mortgage or thinking about buying a home, and maybe that is an option of porting a mortgage, is to contact their bank. And first thing, find out, hey, is that a feature that your mortgage or your bank offers, right? Can you do that with your mortgage?
Right.
And then you can move forward from there. When you're porting a mortgage, you still have to qualify, very similar to what you would do if you were getting a new mortgage. So the home has to qualify, and there may be something like an appraisal in place there. And then also the borrowers have to qualify to move that mortgage over again.
Right. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That certainly seems like more an affordable option, something that I think many people would take advantage of, because with the rise of interest rates. Is there anything else you'd like to bring up about that?
No, you're right on there. Really a great tool that people can use to help them do what they want to do and keep their mortgage payments at an affordable range, right?
Awesome. Well, great. Well, thank you once again for joining us. And once again, where's our local ATB branch located?
Oh yes, ATB in Vulcan is located right up Center Street, and just kitty corner here to the Magnuson Realty offices.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for joining us today, David. And we really appreciate your expertise.
Yeah, thank you, Bob.